Hey family, imagine trying to understand an artist by only seeing fragments of their work, or knowing a composer by hearing just a few scattered notes. For thousands of years, that's how humanity experienced God, in beautiful but incomplete glimpses. A whisper here, a mighty act there, prophecies and promises that painted partial pictures. Then Jesus stepped into human history. He stepped into human history. In him, we don't just see God's power. We see how God chooses to use that power. Jesus could command legions of angels, yet he healed with a gentle touch. He could have overthrown empires, yet he washed his disciples' feet. This is God showing us not just what he can do, but who he is. Think about Jesus, how he responded to people when others saw a despised tax collector. Jesus saw Matthew, a future apostle. When religious leaders saw an adulteress deserving death, Jesus demonstrated God's perfect balance of justice and mercy. When the disciples saw a storm to fear, Jesus revealed God's authority over creation. With just a word, every aspect of God that seemed paradoxical suddenly made sense in Jesus. How can God be both perfectly just and perfectly merciful? Look at the cross. How can God be transcendent yet intimately close? Watch Jesus embrace children while declaring eternal truth. How can God be all-powerful yet gentle? See, Jesus could calm storms, but he chose to let children interrupt his teaching. As John tells us, no one has ever seen God but the one and only Son, who is himself God, and is in the closest relationship with the Father, and has made him known. John 1:18, Jesus didn't just tell us about God, he showed us God's heart and actions, God's wisdom in conversation, and God's love in flesh. In Jesus, we don't just learn about God, we meet him. Like, follow, and share. Let's fellowship together. Let's grow in this revelation together. Let's have a conversation about Jesus. Amen.